What's up, a Cinema Shogun here, and things continue to get even worse out in East Palestine, Ohio. And listen, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be here peddling fear. I'm not here to be pessimistic, if you will, but I also have a duty to be honest to my audience. And things aren't getting better. This is not one of those situations that will get gradually better over time. These are one of those rare situations that get gradually worse over time. A lot of the chemicals out there in East Palestine, Ohio, they aren't chemicals that are necessarily going to have an immediate effect on people. A lot of this stuff is affecting people, but you won't know that for sure until 10, 15 years from now in some cases. These chemicals are silent but deadly. They get within your system and they sneak up on you. They don't necessarily just make you drop dead on the spot, which makes these chemicals even more dangerous. Now, I reported to you all the other day that they were finally going to start testing the soil in East Palestine. And that caught a lot of us by surprise because we were under the impression that they were testing the soil this entire time. Common sense would tell anyone that you should test the soil. But they were buying time. They were wasting their sweet time. They were going to try to get away with this without testing the soil at all. They had everyone focused on the air, everyone focused on the water. Speaking of water, we got to talk about the water in just a moment. But as far as the soil goes, as of right now, they still haven't officially started testing the soil yet. We were under the impression that they were testing the soil the entire time. Then a few days ago, I found out that they weren't. And then supposedly they were supposed to start that day on the test. Those tests have not started yet. Now they're saying those tests are going to start today, which is the same thing they said about a week ago. Which, in turn, we all thought they were testing the soil since day one. But turns out they never were. Well, we've heard a lot about these tests. And the EPA is lying out the side of their necks. Make no mistake about it. We've heard 1,000 times that the water is safe. Don't worry, everyone. The water is safe. We saw people from the EPA, we saw the mayor all drinking a sip of East Palestine water, trying to pretend that the water was safe. The EPA is conducting tests. They say their tests show that the water is safe. Now, as I reported to you all in the past, a lot of independent researchers have come to the area. And for some odd reason, they're all able to find dangerous chemicals that the EPA cannot. The EPA, with the backing and funding of our government, with the top of the line equipment and the smartest, best scientists in the world, the people who are most qualified for things like this, they're all out there. And none of them can find these elusive chemicals that independent researchers can go out there and find, which tells you they're lying. But to make matters worse, an independent researcher has come to East Palestine. He's conducted tests on the water that they say is safe, and guess what? It turns out that there are cancer-causing chemicals in this water. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, weeks and weeks after they have been telling these people the water is safe. You can go back on my channel. I got the clips of them testing the water, of them drinking the water. I got clips, tons of clips of them encouraging and assuring everyone the water is safe, the water is safe. Well, the water isn't safe. And there's cancer-causing chemicals in the water. Let's go ahead and watch this clip, and then I'll be right back with my thoughts.
Carcinogens in the water. We found carcinogens that Ohio EPA is not finding.
A News Nation exclusive. An independent testing firm says it found cancer-causing chemicals in East Palestine water more than a month after the train derailment. However, it is unclear if these chemicals were there prior to the derailment. Good afternoon. I'm Megan Lee. Big Pine Consultants out of Pittsburgh says despite the all clear from the EPA, they were skeptical. The president of the environmental firm, Justin Johnson, says he's been in EPA since the controlled burn, or he's been in East Palestine since the controlled burn. He says his tests have discovered low levels of 6 possible carcinogens that the EPA did not detect. According to the National Institute of Occupational Safety and Health, there was no safe level for exposure to these types of chemicals. The EPA says it's only testing for chemicals and dioxins that were on board the train and released into the air. Still, Johnston says their results should not be ignored.
These are carcinogens, so they're not going to be an immediate impact. You're not going to see fish kills. You're going to see hot spots for cancer, whether that's in wildlife or if it ends up in people. That's the bigger question. And I don't think you're not going to see that answer right away.
News Nation reached out to the Ohio EPA for comment. They said they would not comment specifically on these samples. Again, they say they only test for chemicals that would be there from the train derailment, and those show the air and drinking water are safe.
You know, folks, I don't want to sound like I'm beating a dead horse here. You know what I mean? I don't want to get too repetitive with my content and what I have to say. But I'm almost at a loss for words here because I feel like I've already said everything I could say, but yet here we are still being lied to. Independent researchers are having to get off their couch. They're having to leave their family behind. They're having to leave their regular day jobs, all to go down here and spend time to put themselves in danger in East Palestine in order to conduct real tests. And all of these independent researchers are saying that there are chemicals out there that the EPA is not even testing for, or that the EPA is lying about being out there. It's extremely frustrating that I watched the head of the EPA, along with, I believe, the governor of Ohio, sit there. And I don't know if they pretended to drink the water or if they really drank the water. I don't know. But they sat there and did these lame demonstrations trying to, I guess, make people not panic as much, trying to downplay the situation, trying to pretend as if the situation isn't as bad as it is. And they sat there sipping on that water, lying to these people, just blatantly lying to these people. The EPA knows what chemicals are out there. If anyone knows, the EPA knows, which makes it worse because I keep feeling like in this country over the past couple of years, when things go wrong or when things like what we're looking at right now happen, the excuse is, oh, we got incompetent people running our country. And I understand that. I think we have a lot of incompetent people running our country as well, but that can't always be the excuse. They can't use that as the scapegoat, but they are. People will look at this and be like, huh, yeah, look at our current administration, and then they move on about their day. But yeah, that's kind of what they want. They're playing into that at this point. They're playing into the fact that we think they're stupid and dumb, which a lot of them are, but I'm telling you, they're not this dumb. They're not this dumb. And I think they are weaponizing the conversation around our government's incompetence. I think they're weaponizing that and using it against us. Because they're out here lying to our face. They're out here doing stupid stuff that has severe consequences for our country and severe consequences for like the people out in East Palestine, Ohio. And then when people get in an uproar, it's just, oh yeah, well the government's stupid. Our president's dumb. Our president is old. And it's like, that can only be used as the excuse for so long. But that's what they're doing here. They're doing shady stuff. They are selling out our country. They are putting all of us in danger. They are ensuring that our future isn't as bright as it should be. All under the guise of, oh, we're dumb and incompetent. Sorry for the mistakes. A lot of this stuff ain't mistakes. A lot of this stuff is happening on purpose. They are purposely crumbling our society. They are purposely weakening our nation. They are purposely destroying communities like out there in East Palestine, Ohio. And then when you try to hold them accountable, it's, oh, yeah, they're dumb. Oh, whoa, it's me. I didn't know. They know, man. They know. Please do not let them pull the wool over your eyes, because I see it happening time and time again. There's a lot of shady stuff that has been going on over the last couple of years, and people just write it off because, look at who's in the White House, or look who's at the head of the EPA, or look who's the head of this or the head of that. And we're just writing this stuff off like, yeah, these people don't know any better. They're just dumb. They don't know any better. They're just dumb. Oh, they made that mistake. They're just dumb. No, these people know what they're doing. You don't think the EPA knows that there's cancer-causing chemicals in this water? They've known that from day one. Common sense tells you that. Hell, I knew that and you knew that, and we don't know anything about this stuff. So I am so tired of this little game that is being played. Like I said, I will acknowledge we are dealing with a lot of idiots that are running this country and overall the world. But these people ain't as stupid and as incompetent as you think. And they may be placing figureheads out there like faces to take the downfall. So when you get mad at this, you point the finger at this guy. Or you point the finger at this they, them, man in a dress. That's what they want. They want these people to take the fall because it sounds more believable that these people would make these stupid decisions. But none of the people who are really pulling the strings and making the decisions, you don't know those people. You've never seen those people, and you probably never will. A lot of these people, they're the figureheads. They're the faces that they throw out there. And they know that a lot of them look so damn stupid that you'll believe they'll do something stupid to ruin our country, when in reality, they're not really the ones responsible for it. They're just the figureheads. They're the faces. They're the spokespeople, the spokesperson. But there's other people behind the strings ensuring that all of this stuff happens. So as far as East Palestine, Ohio goes, I've talked about this story until I'm blue in the face. I've made so many videos on this topic, and you know, we've dug into it, and we're continuing to be lied to 24/7. Every day the situation gets worse. Every day that goes by, more and more residents of East Palestine are coming forward, getting sick. They're having to go to the hospital. The cleanup isn't going so well because now other states are figuring out, hey, you're trying to dump that stuff here. They're trying to block this stuff from coming in. The cleanup process is almost at a halt right now. It's not going well. Okay? It's not going well at all. We had the dam break the other day, so all of the chemicals that they got out the water flooded right back into the waterways. It's not going good out there at all. And you think it can't get worse, and I would like to think it can't get worse, but it can. And it looks like it's going to. But let me know your thoughts about this down in the comments below. A sad situation. Let me know your thoughts below. While you're down there, hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and I'll talk to you all in the next video.